Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk about using and working in the Google Cloud account, managing or modifying your services through the terminal or from the command line. There are lots of tutorials and videos that they show how to do your work through your terminal. In this video I'm going to show some basic commands just to give you an idea. Google Cloud provides lots of tutorials about different information. Usually, even when you run different instances or different services, they provide even different gcloud commands usually are that they can allow you to interfere with services and or projects that you have been doing in your Google Cloud account. First, before we start, we're going to use the first command, which is the gcloud version. This is to understand the version of the gcloud command and also the components that they are installed in your terminal. If the gcloud SD key is not installed in your command line, it doesn't matter if you are using Ubuntu or Windows or Mac, it is the same. gcloud commands are the same for the old terminals. The only thing is required to install the Google Cloud SD key in your terminal to be able to manage your account. And also by the gcloud version, you can get some information about the components and the package that is installed. There are some comments in beta, in BigQuery, in gcloud and gutil. Let's pronounce, if I can pronounce correctly. These are all components that allows you to build some gcloud commands. Usually in this course I'm going to use the gcloud. I'm going to use the gcloud compute. gcloud compute allows you to interfere with the compute engine services. As you go to the navigation bar, there is compute engines that you can create different kind of services. Depends on your need. This performs different kind of things, but depends on what your project is. You can go and understand better. In this class, we mostly gonna run the VM instances or create instances, and I'm gonna show how to provision, how to modify them. But there are even other services that you can run. Also, I can say that the BigQuery or the BigQuery is another component that allows you to interact with the services that they are for the BigQuery. These are mostly services that they are used for the data analytic services. Google Cloud is a huge platform that gives lots of services to do different kind of jobs. But in this video, since it is not part of the class and it's something that the data analytics students do, just for information that the BigQuery is something that they are some commands that they are in a Google Cloud that allows you to interact with a BigQuery. The other thing that you might really need during your work also is the gcloud, as I can pronounce this way. This actually allows you to create storage. In Google Cloud, you can create buckets that you can store different information, or even buckets they are used for some cases to create some static website. There are some videos about that, but the videos are in different YouTube channels. But just for information that the gcloud you can create, you can modify, or you can copy paste different folders from your machine to the gcloud buckets, or you can modify from one location to another. So everything that you can do through the interface, you can do this even from the terminal. As I said before, in this video, I'm going to show mostly the Google Cloud Compute engine or gcloud compute. So we're going to focus ourselves in instances. Let's go back. I have written some kind of commands that I might use for my work. So after I got the information that the gcloud is running. Now I can get information about what kind of instances is running in my project. So gcloud compute instances. And let's see, this is a very simple command. It says gcloud compute, which is actually the service. And also with the more specific, we are talking about instances, and I'm going to show a list of the instances that I have already in my account. But if I run this command, you're going to see that it requires the name of the project. So we tag the project, and for the project, we have to use the project ID. So the project ID daring slice 40416. And as you can see, there are information that shows in the terminal, and there are two instances that they create. They give the name instance 2 and instance 4, and also it gives the zone, machine type, and internal IP, and the status, which is running and terminated. The external IP it gets because it's running, and the other one, since it's not in the running status, it cannot get an external IP. This is some basic information that you get from the terminal through this command that I just ran. Let's go back, and I'm gonna try to run and to stop an instance. I'm gonna try to run and stop the instance 4. Now the instance is in the running status, so I'm gonna try to stop it. And I have this command here, gcloud compute stop the virtual machine name. So I'm gonna write gcloud compute stop instance 4, and I'm gonna use the tag project and daring slice 4416. So this is the ID of my project, and let's see what happens. Let's see, something went wrong. Oh, so the thing is gcloud compute gcloud compute stop instance 4. As you can see here, there are even some information how to do that through the gcloud compute. It gives you some information how to run different commands and how to perform different kind of the command commands. Actually, this should be the initialization. Here is some comments how to create a virtual machine or an instance, how to run and to list your instances. Usually when you are in the terminal, it asks you to put the tag, the project ID. It gives a description of your instance, and here is the start and the stop of your instances. So let's see what we did wrong. Oh, instances, stop, instance 4, and here I'm gonna do the project and daring slice 4416. This is because I have two projects running there. So we have gcloud compute instances, stop, the name of the instance, which is the instance 4, and the project where my instance was created. I'm going to run it, and let's see it's gonna take some time for the instance to stop. As you can see, it's working. Depends on how big your instance is. That's gonna take even, if it is bigger, it's gonna take even more time to change the status. So here is so many information that you can do through this tutorial. It gives some information how you can run different commands and how you can perform different operations in your instances through your terminal. So now it says that it's finished. Let's update our. And as you can see, my instance now, even in my account, it shows that it's in a stop status. And if you run the first command that shows the list, it is terminated status, so it doesn't have an external IP. We're gonna do the same thing for stop. We're gonna try to start the instance from our instances. Start instance 4, and we tag the project, which is daring slice with project ID 4416. So now we have even here how to start an instance. So gcloud compute instances start the virtual machine name, which is my case is instance 4. And to be more specific, I have tagged the project ID. So at the end of the command is project and the project ID. So now the command is run successfully. We just need to update. And you see that the instance is running status. And if you run the command to see the list, it shows that the instance is running and it has an external IP. So these are some basic commands or interaction with your instances through the Google Cloud. The other thing is that you can do even connection. I have already done some video about the provisioning, but I just want to make even this specific connection through SSH, which is another way how you can provision your account. In the other videos, I showed that it gives a gcloud command, which is the gcloud compute SSH. It specifies the zone. It gives the name of that instance and the project ID of the instance. So we're gonna do kind of the same thing, but it's a shorter command since it doesn't have zone. But it's practically almost the same command that you copy paste from your terminal. So gcloud compute SSH instance 4, and I'm gonna write the project ID daring slice 4416. And as you can see, the provisioning is done successfully. So we can see that I have provisioned the instance, I have the username of my terminal, and also the name of the instance is showed here, the instance 4. So this means that I can interfere and I can run in Ubuntu operating system that is installed in instance 4. The tasks and the requirements of different projects or homeworks. Now we can exit the connection and we are logged out and the connection is finished. we have provisioned the instance for because it was in the running status, but if the instance is not in the running status, then you cannot provision it. So this is some of the basic commands. Let's do a clear. These are some basic commands that you can run through the terminal, and also there are gcloud authentication list. This gives you the account information that you have in your gcloud, which I have already done the installation and I have used only this account. Also, there are some kind of other things like gcloud component list, component. Let's see if I wrote components list. So here is lots of detailed information. There are all the component list of the gcloud. These perform different kind of tasks. When you different components, there are for different kind of tasks. So you can see that all these that they are not installed, they are not part of the package, and only these 1, 2, 3, 4 they are installed, and they are in the Google Cloud SDK. So when you start working and becoming more advanced, you can even get more information what kind of components really interfere with what kind of services. So we clean it and we make it a little smaller. Let's see what else of course, that we can install different components, remove or update different kind of components just by using the gcloud component install, and the gcloud can install different kind of components, or we can use gcloud help. This is kind of very popular, gcloud help. This is actually gives like a different information how to manage your account, and different kind of help how to do it. So this is another way how you can get information how to build or how to use different gcloud commands, even though the tutorials in Google Cloud are really very helpful. And we click Q and we exit, quit the terminal. So as you can see here, there are so many other things that you can do. You can change or you can add different kind of labels. You can list the disks. We have not done the snapshot, but it's an option. And also even for the firewalls, as you can see, it can give a description of the firewall. You can create firewalls by this comment here. This might be helpful in case that you have forget to or you want to add a port. That's the way how you can do it, and how you can create different kind of firewall rules. And also there are more advanced stuff that you can do through the through your terminal. So this is, let's try to use another help, gcloud compute help. So this is, it gives you the information about the gcloud compute, what is it and how you can use. We quit it and we can use a gcloud compute instance now help. This is more detailed. Something I did wrong, so it is instances. So gcloud compute instances, read and manipulate compute engine virtual machine instances. It gives information and it gives some kind of detailed about how to run it. So I quit, or I can be more specific, gcloud compute instances, create help. And the gcloud compute instances create, it gives information about how to create an engine in gcloud. So these are some basic comments that I wanted to share, and I wanted to just to give a brief description how you can run different commands through the terminal.